This is big breaking news. F-16 fighter jets have been scrambled inside the United States, and this is due to a potential threat to President Trump's plane when he was landing in Washington, D.C. So let's get into all the details here really quick, guys. Please just hit that like and hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple videos every single day, keeping you guys updated on this big urgent news, and it just helps to get these warnings out. I appreciate that. So this is what's going on. We had another serious aerial incident that happened in Washington, D.C., and this is on top of the tragic incident that happened last night. Now it is being reported, it was just revealed, that F-16 fighter jet Vipers were deployed, and also U.S. Coast Guard MH-65 helicopters to intercept a possible threat near President Trump's plane, right? And this happened actually 2 nights ago. So this actually happened the night before last night. Before this crash happened, Trump had these drones that were interfering with his plane making a landing in Washington, D.C., and it delayed his landing, right? So I want you to listen to the audio here really quick of the air traffic control of what they were seeing and what they were saying is happening, and then we will get into more details. And they're saying that this was a potential drone as well too, when we were also just told that these drones were no big deal for some reason. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but listen to this really quick.
Blackjack 1, Brave 01, they're saying the TOI is a potential drone between 5,000 and 6,000. Blackjack 1 acknowledged with an IDF, please. And 47, turn right heading 350.
Right turn 350, stand 47.
Blackjack 1, TOI is now off your about 1 to 2 o'clock, 4 miles southbound. Looks like there might be in the vicinity of Freeway Airport.
And searching for Blackjack 1. You have an altitude on that?
Alright, so you heard that they're saying that these drones were operating at 5,000 to 6,000 feet as well too, which is extremely high. The legal limit for drones is normally around 500 feet in most circumstances, and most of the drones are actually programmed to only go to the certain height, and they also have geofencing programmed into them. But recently, drones from China have been taking off their geofencing, which stops the drones from entering restricted airspace that the FAA would normally block off, and stops the height restrictions as well too, the altitude restrictions that they normally would experience. So pretty high, 5,000 to 6,000 feet for a drone. That is almost unheard of, and a lot of them don't even operate at those altitudes. All right, so weird stuff still going on. And we were just told too, for some reason, that these drones were authorized by the FAA, but at the same time, Picatinny National Arsenal, I made a whole video on it, and I released the audio and everything, how the air traffic control for Picatinny National Arsenal, military air traffic controllers, were reporting that there were UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon, and drones. Essentially, they were saying that there were a bunch of drones that were flying around the base. Okay, this is on recorded audio. I made a whole video on it about a month ago, and I really only reported on these drones when it was confirmed like this. I never really reported on it when it was like just people seeing it, because I wasn't sure what was going on. But when we have air traffic controllers saying, hey, this is actually happening and this should not be in our military airspace, something's wrong, right? Whether it's authorized through the FAA or not, they're not doing the right thing if it is authorized, and they're still doing illegal tactics and maneuvers, all right? And it says here that these drones, potentially, they're saying it was a potential drone. They were targeting potentially Trump's plane, right? And they delayed it from making any type of landing at the airport in DC, right? So this is a major concern for our country and for our president too. And just seeing this on top of what happened last night is not good news, right? It means that our airspace is not as secure as we would like it to be. And who is on this plane too? Who was on the plane? Who was on the helicopter? We're getting more information about that. I might have to make a whole video on that because that's a whole rabbit hole of who was on the plane and who was on the helicopter, and there's a bunch of weird stuff going on, weird coincidences that I've seen just in the past 12 hours since this happened, or however long it's been now, 14 hours since this happened. I've seen a lot of strange coincidences. All right, so let me know what you guys think down below. Please just hit it up for me down there. It helps to get these warnings out just so people know what's going on in our country. And I don't know about you, but every time, I know air travel is supposed to be safer overall, but every time I see these incidents, it really makes me not want to fly. Right? And I never fly anyways, but it really makes me not want to fly whenever I see these incidents. I know sometimes you have to, and I know it is technically safer, but it's just one of those things in the back of your head where you don't want, how did it land in the river? There's so many just crazy coincidences that I'm going to have to make a whole nother video on just to dig into. And it says here that neither one of the planes or the helicopters were able to intercept the target. They're saying that they did not shoot it down, and they're saying that they returned to Joint Base Andrews and the helicopter returned to Reagan International Airport. Right, so, and the president's plane was able to land without any incident. All right, so there was a delay, did have to circle around a few times, and they decided not to shoot down this drone or anything. Maybe it got away by the time they were scrambled and they got there. Maybe it was no longer identifiable, they didn't know where it was, but nothing was shot down, and they're saying that everything was safe. But this is a major problem because even these helicopters that are these scooper planes, that were helping with the wildfires in Los Angeles, just a few weeks ago, somebody was flying a drone around the area trying to get some drone footage of the homes and the devastation, right, which is something that people do want. But at the same time, this is also a active live situation with military planes, helicopters, all this stuff. Everyone's here. So it's really just not the time to be doing it. And one of these scooper planes got hit by a drone and it ripped a giant hole in the side of it, right? And it took it out of operation. So one of these critical planes that is needed to help put these fires out was taken offline due to a drone that hit it. Whether it was intentionally or not, it's still a major issue, right? So these drones definitely are something. I think they were a little bit overhyped. I think people might have been like seeing some planes, or definitely seen some drones. I think there might have been a little bit just people that weren't used to seeing planes at night maybe. But there were also a lot of confirmed reports as well too, from military, from air traffic control. I made a few videos, like 2 or 3 videos, whenever I could get real confirmation from the military or air traffic control that something actually was going on. So there are things operating in our airspace that we do not know exactly what they are. These balloons, there's low orbital satellites that pass over the United States all the time that could potentially cause harm, right? There's a lot of things that could be happening entering our airspace. It's not as secure and as tight as we would like it to be, right? And that's something that could change. We could make it, but currently it is not. So thank you guys. Hope you guys are staying safe and prepared out there. Hope you have big blessings for your life and your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.